I've been going back and forth about whether or not to say this out loud, because once you do, it becomes real. And honestly, part of me wishes I could just keep it buried and pretend everything is fine. But it's been sitting in my chest for a long time now, and I don't think I can ignore it anymore. My partner and I have been together for 3 years. We've lived together for 2.5 of those years, which, yes, I know, is very on brand for lesbians. Our relationship didn't start slowly or cautiously. It started fast, intensely, and with that kind of instant connection that makes you feel like you've known someone forever. We met out of state, in what still feels like a rom-com level meet cute, and not long after that, she made the huge decision to move her entire life to be with me. And I want to say this clearly, because it matters. She is the love of my life. I adore her. We laugh together constantly. We have a deep emotional bond, and we communicate better than I ever have in any previous relationship. She has been there for me through serious illness, through emotional breakdowns, through moments where I didn't feel strong or capable or lovable. In so many ways, this relationship has been healing. But there's something I've been struggling to admit, even to myself. Every so often I get this feeling. It's uncomfortable and ugly and makes me feel like a bad partner for even having it. People online call it the ick, but that feels too casual for what this actually is. It's more like a quiet dread, a creeping fear about the future, about whether we're actually building the same life, or just loving each other really well in the present. Since we met, my life has changed a lot. I went back to school and completely pivoted into a different career path, one that feels more meaningful to me, even if it doesn't pay much right now. I've worked since I was 14. I've been financially independent since I was 19, aside from some help from my parents with medical expenses. I was raised in a household where stability, education, and self-sufficiency were really important, and those values are deeply ingrained in me. Right now, I'm not making much money at all. I work part-time while I'm in school, live in a very high cost of living area, and basically scrape by. I rely on government grants, and I also run a small creative side hustle that I'm trying to grow so I can eventually save and feel less anxious all the time. I don't feel successful, but I do feel like I'm moving, like I'm always working towards something. My partner is a very talented artist, truly. I believe in her work and her creative voice so deeply, but talent isn't enough in the arts, and that's where things start to get complicated. She does a few casual gigs a month, nothing consistent, and only recently started working a small menial job for about 10 hours a week, a job she hates. As far as I know, she's never held a day job for longer than 6 months. She's mostly financially supported by her family, and what scares me is that she doesn't seem particularly worried about that. Her family is also middle class, so I assume there's some kind of safety net there that I don't fully understand. And I don't judge her for having that support. I really don't. What worries me is how comfortable she seems living without structure, without urgency, without a plan. I've tried to talk to her about this so many times. Gently, honestly, sometimes emotionally, sometimes practically, and she always listens. She agrees with me. She tells me she wants more for herself. She promises to hustle, to set goals, to take things more seriously, but the follow-through almost never comes. She'll come home from work and say, "Okay, now is the time. I'm really going to focus on my art. I'm going to look for consistent gigs, teaching opportunities, ways to build momentum." And I want to believe her. I really do. But weeks go by, months go by, and nothing changes. Sometimes, when opportunities do come up in her field, opportunities she wants, they fall apart because she doesn't follow up on emails or misses deadlines. On paper, we split household responsibilities evenly. In reality, I think I carry a bit more of the mental load. Mess and disorganization affect me more, so I tend to just handle things before they spiral. That said, she does take on chores I really hate, and she does them without me asking, which I appreciate. Financially, we split everything 50-50. We're both neurodivergent, and I strongly suspect she has ADHD or something similar that affects her executive functioning. I try to be compassionate about that, but I won't lie. It's exhausting sometimes. I feel guilty for being frustrated, especially when neither of us makes much money and we're both technically living beyond our means. The difference, I think, is that I'm constantly trying to change that. I'm planning, applying, researching, building something. I want kids someday, probably within the next 10 years. I want stability. I want to maybe emigrate somewhere with a better quality of life. And when I think about visas, finances, and the logistics of building a family, I get scared. I'm scared of being the only one holding the future together. What makes this so painful is that, emotionally, our relationship is so good. It's safe. It's loving. It's full of joy. And yet I can't shake the thought that the biggest financial decision you ever make is who you choose to build a life with. I don't want to wake up one day resenting someone I love because I ignored what I was seeing now. I feel torn between pushing her to change, which already feels like too much, and quietly preparing myself for the possibility that love might not be enough. And admitting that feels like a betrayal, even though it's just honesty. I don't have an answer yet. I just know that I love her, and I'm scared of what loving her might cost me in the long run.